Hey guys, John and April with you here again, and we're excited about today's episode, and we know that you want to subscribe, so go ahead and do that right now.
Yes, and like this video.
Yeah.
Before it's even done.
Exactly. Welcome to Just John and April, the relationship podcast where you can level up your relationship. In today's episode, the masculine mind. And the word of the day.
Yes. Well.
Hey, babe.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Were you disappointed? You had a good week. Were you disappointed that you was snow and you didn't get a snow day?
I got a 2-hour delay. I'm
That's
good
good
with
enough.
that. I got to sleep till like 8.
You know what? Sleeping till 8 is amazing when you sleep till 5:30 and 6 o'clock every day. All of a sudden, 8 o'clock is like
that's
seriously sleeping in.
And that's crazy.
It's amazing.
I know.
Yeah, it was a good day today. You know what? This week has been crazy, though, because we've been doing this 5-day intimacy challenge, and it hasn't been crazy because of the challenge. It's been crazy because we've been getting on live every night.
Right.
I realize how tiring that is, man.
Yes. It's been fun.
Oh, I've been enjoying it, but I've been tired every day.
I've been tired. Yes.
You know what the worst thing about it has been, though?
What?
It's thrown off our eating cycle.
Yeah.
So
we're eating later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because normally we have to do all this stuff to prepare, and we're not really ready to we can't make the food.
I know.
So we're doing it afterwards.
You see, John, it's all about when it's time to eat.
That's it.
The eating schedule's off.
As long as my eating schedule's on, I'm fine. I'm like a little baby. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
I get whiny and cranky if it's like 3 hours I haven't eaten.
You've been doing good, though.
You think so?
You have. You've made sure you have little snacks.
I'm
you have not been hangry.
I've been trying my best, babe.
You've been doing good.
I've been holding back some stuff, though, man, because I'm
proud of you.
I've been like struggling.
I'm so proud of you, babe.
Well, thank you, babe. It's nice of you.
So I hope you guys have been a part of our 5-day intimacy challenge.
I hope so, too. It's been good so far.
You know, because it's been really good. We've been posting on social media.
Yes.
Just John and April. And, you know, every morning at 10 a.m. telling you what the challenge is.
Yep.
And then at 7, we've been going live to find out how you did.
Yep.
So, you know, I hope you've been a part of it. Even if you didn't come on the live, we still want you to be a part of this because this is all about leveling up your relationship.
That's right. And we think this can actually increase your intimacy in a way that you might not expect. In fact, all the intimacy stuff we've been doing, they've all been sort of like non-physical.
Right.
So it's not stuff that you think of when you think of intimacy. You know, you think of stuff that leads directly to the bedroom, but it hasn't been.
But this does lead to.
Oh, there's no question. It's playing the long. It's playing the long game. You know what I'm saying?
Playing the long game.
Yeah,
I like
real.
that.
But I mean, it does help. You know
but we did this to lead up to our Fire Up Your Sex Life live event.
That's exactly right.
On February 15th.
That's right.
At 7 p.m. coming up.
So we've been working on all that too.
That's right.
That's the other reason why we've been tired. We're working on that. Working on the 5-day intimacy challenge. I mean, it's been a lot.
It's been a lot, but it's worth it.
It's going to be good. That free event is going to be good. You don't want to miss it. I believe you're going to benefit from it.
Exactly.
Even if you're already in what you feel is a strong and healthy relationship, the kinds of stuff that we're going to be sharing during this live, I think, are going to help you to really level up your relationship in every way.
Oh, definitely. You know sexlife.justjohnandapril.com.
Yeah.
Go there and sign up.
Yeah, sign up right now.
And be a part, guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Completely
and it's free.
Yeah. What do you have to lose?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's free. So come on, join us.
All right, guys. So today's subject is an interesting one.
It is because I can't understand fully the masculine mind.
Well, you're not going to be able to. You know what I'm saying? I have not seen nor ear heard. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, a lot of women, I think, would agree that we don't understand it all the way. You know, we understand some things, but understanding it fully. And I specifically have a question that is related to the masculine mind. And I think we need to have several episodes where we talk about the masculine mind because we can't talk about it all in one episode.
You're right. Yes.
But I am curious because, you know, I really want to know why it's so difficult for men. And because we're coaches, because we're relationship coaches, we are, you know, we're connected with couples all the time who want coaching, right?
Yeah.
But every once in a while, we will get a man who is reluctant.
Yes.
Or who comes only because he loves his wife, which is nice.
Yes.
Or because, you know, she has nagged him to do so.
Okay.
And so he may come with an attitude or, you know, doesn't show that he's friendly, even though he might be, but he's just not in the mood for coaching his relationship.
Yes.
And I want to know, what is that? Because I've never seen a man come to us and say, and the wife is like, I don't really want to do this. Not once have I experienced
It's
that.
always the man.
It's always the man. Now,
All right.
I know that women are a lot more open to sharing feelings.
Yes.
We are much more talkative,
Yeah.
Expressing feelings and things. I'm more comfortable with that. So I do know that. However,
However,
it still makes me question, why is this the case? And especially, I'm so sorry, my people, black men not wanting to, talk to people who are experienced or who have a little knowledge there that can help them get out of whatever situation they're in. Why would you not be willing to talk to somebody? Please explain that to me.
All right. So
as a black man.
Okay. So a couple things. The
Okay.
first thing is, I think you said some men are reluctant. I'm going to tell you a secret.
All?
We're all reluctant. Yeah.
All men are reluctant?
Yeah. At some point. Okay. So the second thing is,
I didn't know that.
you're correct about this. And I know you're correct because I am one of those men.
That what?
I was one of those men, I should say. I'm not anymore. I'm
What-
one of those
men that what?
who was reluctant to go to counseling. If you were to, let's
Really?
just, yeah.
So let's just pause for a second. Are you okay with couples counseling now?
Am I okay with that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Getting it?
So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you promote it now.
No question.
Okay. But then
At the time, I definitely had a very different mindset about it.
okay.
In our first year of marriage, you and I, and you might not think that this is true because in our first year of marriage, you and I went back to our premarital counselors.
That's why I'm like
to talk about a specific issue.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, really, because we went back. But I guess that was different.
Let me tell you why that was different.
Okay.
For several reasons.
Yeah.
Number one reason why it was different is because, first of all, I felt like we were at a place where we just could not fix it. It was
That's true.
To me, it was not my first thought. It wasn't
Right.
my second thought. It wasn't even my third thought.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
It was like, we can't fix this. We
Yeah.
got to figure out what to do here. It was
Right.
almost like emergency time.
Yes,
number
that's
one.
true.
All right. The second thing is, remember the people we went to, my Uncle Greg and Aunt Carol. Now, they're not my real aunt and uncle.
But
Obviously.
you're close to them. You're
Yes.
very close. And so it was not going to these strangers
Correct.
or some people you didn't know.
Correct.
You
Number
went to
three.
somebody that you knew.
Number, Number three,
Okay.
I actually didn't think of it as counseling.
Ah.
I thought of it as
Advice.
Well, not just that. I felt like it was a sort of an extension on our premarital counseling.
Okay.
Okay. So premarital counseling feels different because
Yeah.
it feels
It's
like
just getting you ready
Yes.
for
Yes.
this. You
Yes.
don't have any problems.
yes.
I'm not trying to
okay.
diagnose
you hit
your
the nail on the
issue.
head. Okay. Premarital counseling is not about figuring out a problem that you
Yeah.
have. It's just you're about to get married. You want to be prepared.
Right.
So let's do this. So the first thing is, I didn't have any misgivings or any problems with going to premarital counseling because there was the absence of this one thing, which I think is my biggest reason and probably most men's reason. And that is, I did not want to admit that I actually had a problem. If I go to a counselor about my relationship, it means we have issues. And I'm not trying to say we have it. We're fine.
Okay.
And we can handle this. We don't need anybody to come in and fix this. That's my natural reaction in that situation. And I think it's because I don't want to admit that there's an issue. And for me, it feels like there's something wrong with us if we have issues. See what I'm saying?
Wow. So first of all, you have to admit that you have an issue. That's the first step, and that's one thing you're saying men don't want to do. They don't want to say something's wrong with our relationship right now.
Right. So here's what I would say.
So what is that? Why not?
Here's
Like,
what
what
I
is
would say.
it that makes?
Here's what I would say differently. I would never try to convince a man about going to counseling by saying you have to admit you have an issue. Of
course not.
That's not the way to get to us.
And that is not what I'm saying
So
to do.
so what
I'm just saying.
So here's what I'm saying.
You
though.
know.
Here's my point. Admitting that I have an issue is not actually the first step. The first step for me was to say that's not really an issue.
Well, I didn't
that
mean,
everybody goes through.
Yeah,
this kind
I
of
didn't
stuff.
mean to say that's the first step. I meant
Okay.
to say so that's the first thing that's wrong. That makes you not.
That's
wanna
my
go.
first
Okay.
obstacle.
That's
the
what
first.
I meant to say.
There you go. That's
Okay.
the first reason why I wouldn't want to go to counseling when we
Yes.
were early on in our marriage.
Yes.
Is that I don't think we have a problem. Like this ain't no problem. You know what I'm saying? Why are we going to do all that? It's almost like if you have a broken nose, you're going to go to a surgeon. Clearly, your nose is broken. You can't hardly breathe. You know what I'm saying? So for me to go to a surgeon, there has to be something wrong with me. Well, in the same way, the moment I decide I'm going to go to some counselor, it means something's wrong with us. And I'm not really trying to think of our relationship that way. You see what I'm saying?
So what if, I do see what you're saying, but if there's a situation where, like we did have, where we kept arguing about this one thing.
Right.
I mean, it seemed like that would let you know there's something wrong here and we're not able to fix it.
Right.
Because we keep having this issue.
Yes.
And so that's why I just can't understand why it's so difficult to just say, hey, let's reach out and let's try. And for me, it's like, if I don't know you, that's even better.
Right.
Because I'd rather not go to somebody I know.
All right. So that could be touchy a little bit too, right?
Okay.
So here's the other thing, and there's the other problem. If I go to somebody that I don't know, there's the possibility that he will expose something about us that might end up being a perpetual problem from now on.
Wow.
So when I go to Uncle Greg and Aunt Carol, they know me. So I'm at least thinking they care about me enough to not tell me something that might ruin our relationship.
Right,
you see what I'm saying?
right.
I'm just talking. Okay, now let me go back real quick and just say this is all irrational. Okay? Yeah. None of these arguments make sense. I felt this way. It was the real deal. It's how I actually felt. But it's not rational. It doesn't make sense. It's not like somebody else listened to it. You're like, come on, man. Where do you get that from? Why are you drawing that conclusion?
Right,
You see what I'm saying? So it's really dumb.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. That's how I was. And I think that's how most of us men are.
Yes.
So I didn't like the idea of going to a complete stranger because I felt like they might see something that would expose something that might be a problem from now on. And I didn't know at the time that exposing issues in our relationship is the only way to help us solve them. I didn't know that.
Right.
It just automatically felt like a threat.
So what is it that made you decide that you would go to a counselor? Like, and that it was okay, and now you're coaching, and you're encouraging black men and other men to,
it was a trick.
Come to you for coaching. Like, how?
I basically got tricked. But not really, but kind of.
Okay.
So I took a counseling class when I went to graduate school.
I remember that.
And you remember it.
Yes.
And this counseling class, the counselor asked for a guinea pig, basically. Somebody come up.
Volunteer.
Yeah, thank you. Mm-hmm. It felt like a guinea pig. But anyway, he asked for a volunteer, somebody that could come up and share an experience that he could counsel them through, just so that everybody could see it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why I volunteered, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. I don't remember a lot of people raising their hands real quick. Mm-hmm. Maybe that was why. It was kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I come up and I share an experience with the guy, and it was supposed to have been slated for about 10 to 15 minutes. And when I shared my experience with him, because it was so deep-rooted and had so many layers, we ended up spending the rest of the hour-long class period just on me. So by the time we were done, he and I had an hour-long session.
Wow.
And here's the thing. Y'all, I had so many breakthroughs in that. It's crazy.
Wow.
I'm talking about breakthroughs. I'm talking about stuff I never knew to even think might be a problem. He helped me to expose. And this is the thing that was so good about him. Mm-hmm. He didn't tell me a bunch of stuff. He basically allowed me to discover for myself. So I was having aha moment after aha moment after aha moment. And when I was done with that, I had the tools, because he basically said, what are you going to do this? What are you going to do that? To make sure that this is not a problem anymore. I had the tools in that one session to make things right and to put things on a better path. So I'm saying, if I had known beforehand that it was going to be that effective.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. I think you're right. If some men knew that when they were finished, they would, it really is them bringing out the things that they begin to recognize on their own.
Right.
And then being given tools to deal with it. Because I feel like some people might think, you're going to expose all these things about me to myself, and then I'm not going to be able to fix it. I'm going to be worse. I'm going to be worse off. Or I'm going to really have some issues.
Right.
When really the whole point is to give you tools to then be able to get through these difficult things that you have just brought
encountered
out.
So here's the other thing. What's crazy is that not only so if I had known, I would have definitely done it.
Okay.
But there's this other thing that I didn't necessarily have an issue with, but I think a lot of men do, and I've heard it a bunch of times. Mm-hmm. And I kind of had this issue, but so let me just say, I'm not positive that if April and I were taking that class together, that counseling class, I'm not positive I would have volunteered the two of us to go up together to get a couples session. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And here's why. Okay. And I think most men are like this.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, I feel like the counselor's going to side with April.
So the whole point,
you know
so the point is
I think
to fix the relationship.
No. Here's what I'm saying. It's like because we as men associate feelings and having feelings with women, then automatically when I say I'm going to go to a counselor to talk about my feelings, that favors my wife. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you know she can express her feelings.
Not just that.
But
this whole
you
exercise,
don't even know yours.
Yes, this is an exercise that men don't even do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're going to go discuss my feelings?
Yeah.
You do that every day.
Right.
I'm losing.
Right.
So I'm not thinking about it in terms of like fixing or resolving our issues. I'm thinking about it as I'm going to go in there and get mollywopped. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying it's not a competition, and that's not why you're wanting to do it.
No, but I get it though, because if I thought when I go in, I'm gonna be the one that's the wrong or whatever, I think I would feel the same way. I would feel a little bit more apprehensive about going.
Which, by the way, is why I think a lot of couples like to come to couples for counseling, because I think they automatically assume if it's one person of a particular gender, they may side or something.
And
at least
I
now you
think
got two options.
That's why we've had couples where the wife is the one who, or the girlfriend, is the one who initiates it, and the partner says, the husband or the man or whatever says, okay, I don't want to, but I'm willing.
Right.
When she says it's a couple.
Correct.
Because now he has a man on his side and she has a woman on hers.
Correct.
Or she has a man on her side and he has a woman
which
on hers.
Which is a lot of time with our situation.
A lot of time that's what happens.
Okay, so here's my point though. Here's what I'm saying. With this many obstacles based on the male psyche, I'm saying we need to find ways, and you and I have already discussed this, which, by the way, let me just give a secret right now. This is like just being 100. April, April and I are very transparent. This is actually one of the reasons why we started a YouTube channel. It is. Because we knew that there were scores of men out there who wouldn't be comfortable listening to actual counseling, but they might watch an episode on YouTube, which doesn't seem like a counseling session.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That was kind of one of the ideas.
It was for couples in general, because there are some couples who don't feel comfortable together.
That's right.
I mean,
exactly
you
right.
do. Because of what you just said.
My point is, with all these things stacked against the male psyche, we have to find better ways of being able to communicate with men that this is manly.
It is.
It
actually is manly.
There's no question. It takes a tremendous amount of, we're going to get to the word of the day in a second to say what it is, to be able to actually do this.
Yes. You
know what I'm saying? This is not for the faint of heart.
True. No,
this is a big deal.
It is.
You want to go word of the day now?
Well, let's go ahead, but I want to, well, I'll talk about that later. But yes, let's go ahead
to the word of the day. Let's go ahead to word of the day right now. The word of the day is... Courage.
Now, we know you know that word.
Yes.
But it takes courage.
It takes a tremendous amount of courage.
Yes.
To be able to say, I want to go to someone else to get another perspective about this situation we're having in our relationship to see if we can resolve it.
Yes, about us, about me. That takes a lot of courage. And the reason why we say courage is because it is the ability to do things which one finds frightening.
Yes.
And I mean... sometimes it's frightening to know that you're having a situation, and in the back of your mind, you might know you're wrong.
Right.
And you're going to get called out.
Right.
Right. Or it could be that you're not sure.
Right.
And you're afraid of what someone might say about you, or they might dig up some things that you didn't even know, and you're afraid of what might come out about your past and all that kind of stuff. And that is understandable.
Yes, it is.
But the whole point is, it needs to happen sometimes.
And we got to have courage.
And we got to have courage to do it.
Courage allows you to push past that fear. It allows you to push past the apprehension.
Exactly.
It allows you to push past all the doubt and stuff like that and say, you know what, this is something we're going to try.
That's right.
We need this. We're going to do it. Now, here's the thing. A good couples counselor is never going to only side with one of the people, because the reality is both of you do stuff to contribute all the time. So just know,
so both play a part.
That's right.
They say it's always two sides to a story.
That's right.
And there's always two sides.
And then there's the truth.
And then there's the truth. Exactly. That's exactly where I was going with that. And then there's the truth. There you go.
So you got to have courage. You have.
And when we were talking earlier about the couple that comes to us and the man is a little apprehensive, he's not sure he wants to do that. He comes with a little attitude. He don't want to talk.
That's right.
By the end,
oh yeah,
Not even by the end of
even the middle of it.
However many.
Right.
By the end of that first one.
That's right.
Because he's able to see, wow, these people are here to help us.
Right.
This is not about right or wrong.
Right.
This is about us and us trying to find ways that will help our relationship.
Yes.
And here are the tools that will help you.
Exactly.
So I like to see that.
I do
really
too.
like to
love
see
that,
that
actually.
because I want to debunk that myth that counseling is this and that and the other.
Yes.
You know, but it's a good thing. And I like the word. I like that we are coaches.
Right.
Because I think coaching along the way.
Yes.
You know,
it has a different connotation.
It has a different connotation,
Yes.
you know, because it's almost like we're in this together.
That's right.
We're both trying to win. You know, the
Exactly.
coach wants to win too.
That's right.
You know, we're both trying to win. You guys are trying to win your relationship. We're trying to win by helping.
Exactly.
You know, just like a coach would.
Yes.
And so I feel like, you know, when you know that, I feel like it's better. So men out there, if you're watching and you have difficulty with this, you know, open up.
In fact,
and try it.
What I would say is come to our free live event. Like, no joke. I'm being serious.
No, seriously. That's a start. That's a start.
Come to our Fire Up Your Sex Life live event on February the 15th at 7 p.m.
That's right.
Come with your boo.
That's right.
Y'all do it together. And I'm telling you now, at the end, you're going to be doing it together.
You're going to fire up that sex life, honey.
You'll enjoy it. Anyway.
You will.
So I'm a man that was in this same situation. And actually,
I actually didn't know that.
And I didn't have enough.
I didn't even know.
And I didn't have enough courage to actually do it. I had to sort of back into it, almost be tricked into it.
Right.
I wish I had the courage to just say, hey, let's go get some counseling on this. But now I know, and I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
And,
I'm actually good.
And you were put in that position for a reason, and now look where you are now.
Exactly.
You're coaching other couples.
Right. And you are too.
I know. But I didn't have a problem with it in the first place.
That's a good point. Oh, man. All right, y'all.
All right, guys.
Hope that helps you out, and we'll see you again next week.
And hope we see you on Monday night at 7 o'clock.
Be there. All right, y'all.
Bye.